Hello. Hi, everyone, and welcome to this webinar organized by Weuni in partnership with Columbus State University. My name is Carolina. Nice to meet you all. And I'll be your host for today's event on behalf of Weuni. I see here that the first people are already starting to join in. We're going to wait just a couple of minutes before starting to allow everyone to connect. In the meantime, feel free to say hi on our chat here in Zoom and please tell us where you're from since we're very curious. First of all, I want to thank everyone for joining us and thank our panelists for being here with us today. As you can see here, I'm not alone. I want to introduce you all to Kristen Shaw, International Students and Scholar Services Coordinator, Dr. Eric Spears, Professor and Executive Director at the Center for Global Engagement. We also have Hannah Israel, Professor at the Department of Art, and Aidan Bova, Assistant Professor at the Department of Communication. Welcome. It's a real pleasure to have you here. Today, we are going to discover actually and to explore the vibrant life at the College of Arts at Columbus State University. So, we're going to discover the diverse programs in art, communication, music, theater, and also dance. And of course, we will get an inside look at what makes campus life here at Columbus State truly unique. So, if you're passionate about performance, creativity, or innovation, of course, you are in the right place here. And I would also like to remind you that if you have any questions, you have the possibility to interact with our speakers and ask them questions. And talking about that, I'd like to remind you that after the presentation, we will have a Q&A session where you'll be able to ask direct questions to the panelists. So don't be shy and just type all of your questions here on Zoom, and we'll go through them at the end of the webinar. Also, another important information for those of you interested in receiving a certificate of attendance by Weuni, stay tuned because we will post the link to get the certificate at the end of the session. Okay, so I see some other people joining. I see someone from Brazil. Hello, welcome. It's a pleasure to have you here. I think that without further ado, I can now leave the floor to our panelists for their presentation, so we'll understand something more about the College of Arts today here with Columbus State University. So enjoy this webinar and see you later. Thank you.
Hey, I hope everyone can see the screen. Grazie, Carolina,
Yes, perfectly.
for helping. Yes, and boa tarde to the new and late student from Brazil, and welcome to everyone else from around the world. Um, it's great to have you here with us today. Again, my name is Eric Spears, and I am the director for global engagement at Columbus State University. I'm a professor of geography and international studies, and I serve both in an administrative capacity, but also as an academic chair of international education. But this is not all about me today. This is actually a focused presentation on Columbus State University's College of the Arts. But before I go through that, I want to just kind of go through the introductions quickly so you know who will be speaking with you today. My colleague, Miss Christine Shaw, is part of this meeting, and she oversees international admissions and serves as the primary designated signature official for the I-20s or F1 visas, so serving as an international student advisor. We have Dr. Hannah Israel, who is a professor of art and works with our museum curations at Columbus State University, and Professor Adam Bova, who is an assistant professor of communications and focuses a lot of his work on film production. So we have those two different creative areas that we're going to focus on today, but we have many other creative arts at the university as well. Just to sort of contextualize where we are a city in the US state of Georgia, uh, Columbus State University is named after the city of Columbus, Georgia. We are approximately 90 minutes away from downtown Atlanta, Georgia, as well as the Atlanta Hartsfield Jackson International Airport, which is the busiest airport in the world and has flights coming from all around four corners of the planet at any given moment during the day. So we are quite easy to get to, even if we're a smaller city that you may not have heard of, but we are, in fact, the second largest city in the state of Georgia, just hovering there in the shadow of larger Atlanta. We are known as a city of fine arts, both classical and Broadway music, as well as, believe it or not, outdoor adventure. You don't think of outdoor adventure and cities coming together. But most importantly, we are home to Columbus State University. This gives you a sense of where we are. By car, we are 3 hours north of the beaches of Florida. So that's always a nice weekend or spring break getaway. Again, not far from Atlanta, which is within an hour and a half flight of these major cities, New York, Washington, Miami, Orlando, as well as Chicago. Outdoor adventure. So here it is. We are a river city and we have wild rapids in our downtown. So we are also internationally known for whitewater rafting. And we actually have world championships held here every year for professional whitewater rafters. A lot of our students are not professionals at that, but they still have fun and take part of the fun outdoors that are adjacent to our downtown campus. This is a quick profile of Columbus State University. Roughly 8,000 students with 90 undergraduate and graduate degree options. I highlight here is that Columbus State is nationally recognized for its programs in the arts. So while we are a public university, you are going to get the attention and quality in the College of the Arts as if you are at a private art school. Obviously, we're fully accredited and so forth. We have four colleges, the College of the Arts, as well as the Turner College of Business and Technology, the College of Letters and Sciences, that's my home college, and the College of Education and Health Professions. But again, back to the College of the Arts is what we'll be focusing on. We are known for these strengths. One, being an affordable public university. I don't want any student to ever misconstrue affordability with the lack of rigor or the lack of high quality education and opportunity. We achieve both, and that's one of our strengths at this university. We have high levels of student service, everything from international student support to mentorship with professors in your college or academic program. Just as an example, Dr. Israel works with her students directly on museum curations, and Dr. Bova works with his students directly with things like documentary production. So you have a lot of hands-on training in addition to classroom knowledge. We are very much focused on the idea of helping you shape your career so that you have employment opportunities out of college or out of your university experience. And a lot of what we do is either applied learning, much like what I just talked about with our two professor guests on this webinar, but also through research. We are proud to be a very student-centered university, and we are focused on excellence in teaching, especially through smaller classes, which you'll find a lot of in the College of the Arts. I worked in private university education for many, many years, and I can tell you from my direct experience, Columbus State matches or beats certain private universities in this form of student-centeredness. In addition to that, we have not only research, but a lot of experiential learning. This is where we get you out into the world and give you the opportunity to engage other cultures, other places, other approaches and perspectives about the way you think about the world and how your discipline, whether that's in the arts or in another field, may see the world. So we do that through internships, study abroad, and yes, you would be an international student here in the US, but we have international students who yet again study abroad to another country with our faculty or our programs, or some of our students go to conferences. Um, Quality and affordability kind of go hand in hand. We have everything from English language institutes for students who may need some further direction or skill building in academic English to undergraduate and graduate programs. And the fees that you see are the current fees for this particular academic year. And the undergraduate tuition there is for 2 full semesters, a fall semester as well as a spring semester. And we can answer questions about that following the presentation. Um, Christine will talk about this a little bit later, but just as an idea, the overall amount of money invested per academic year is around 34,400 for undergraduate studies, and just $1,000 shy of that for graduate studies for all of our programs here at the university. And this is what you have to show in order to get the student visa with the bank statement. We do have scholarship opportunities for our international students. We have one that's called the ISSS, which is the International Student Scholarship, Service Scholarship. And students, if they get awarded this, following following their own 1 or 2 semesters of high, good GPA or grade point averages, they are then allowed to apply and then get 50% of the tuition waived to match that of American students residing in the state of Georgia for the in-state tuition. The next bullet is not really applied to any of you. This is with one of our recruiting agencies in India. They also have to complete 2 full semesters. These scholarships are competitive. They're not unlimited, so we encourage you to, inquire about them early on through the admissions process so you know how and when you can apply for them. And again, 50% tuition reduction is very quite helpful, I think. We are the only bridge program in the state of Georgia that allows students to do English as a second language, which is typically a pre-admission English preparatory program that you can actually, if you qualify for it, you can take English courses that are preparatory for academic success while also taking other courses that may be related to either your major or to general education, such as a math class. Again, we're the only one in the entire state of Georgia out of 26 universities and colleges that has this program. So we're really unique. And it's, again, designed to bridge preparation with academic success. In terms of experiential learning, one of the things that the College of the Arts does quite well is study abroad. Dr. Israel last year took her students to Florence, Italy, to study all things related to art history. So you can imagine everything from Michelangelo to a whole host of other fantastic artists that are on display in Florence, but they also went to Rome and to Venice and other places. And then Dr. Bova, he actually takes students to Oxford, England, where we have a house at the university. We own a house in Oxford where our study abroad students live. And he does film production on location in Oxford, England. So if you're ever a friend of great British dramas or BBC programs that are set in Oxford, well, this is the next best thing to getting to that. And Dr. Bova can talk a little bit about that. I'm going to turn the floor over to Professor Israel first. Let me get out of this, Hannah, so that you can then actually um, see here.
Okay.
Try to stop sharing the screen here. I just have to expand my, hold on 1 second. Is it still sharing?
Yes, it is.
It is? Okay. Hold on 1 second. My windows are not cooperating with me here. It's asking me to reshare it, Carolina. Are you able to end it for me from your end?
I should able Hannah to share the screen at the same time of your screen. So maybe Hannah, if you want to try to share it,
Okay, thank you.
uh, you
Oh,
should
there it
have the
is. Stop
possibility to
share finally.
overlap.
It finally popped up. I apologize.
It did.
No
Okay.
problem.
My computer's been
Now
a
I
little
share
sluggish today.
button.
Great.
Can you see mine now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Just full screen it.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, wait, I'm upside down. Can you guys see me finally?
Finally, there you are. That's okay.
I don't know why I'm upside down. You know, we're artists, and so I have to be visually interesting at the same time I'm giving a talk.
You are
It's part of it.
100% visually interesting right now. So
Yes,
that is
yes, yes.
creative.
It's a performance. So please do not. Right?
Modern art performance. I like
Yes.
it.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Eric, for giving that overview about Columbus State University. And so what my job here today is to highlight the Department of Art and all the things that we offer here in our department. You'll see in the picture is the entrance for the Corn Center for the Visual Arts. It's to the left. And the middle picture is the view from Alabama of the Performing Arts Center, and which is a beautiful view. And the other is a picture of one of our studios, which is highlighting the painting studio. And what I want to do is kind of like let you in and see everything that we offer here at the department. So part of the things that I love about this program, and I think that students here also validates this, is the space. We have one of the most amazing facilities in the, in the South for the visual arts. We have labs for graphic animation, metals fabrication, wood shops, ceramics, painting and drawing, paper making, printmaking, bookmaking, studios for our students who are seniors and developing their portfolio. And we have a both digital and traditional lab, photography lab, where you can still make black and white pictures. And we have several outreach programs that we provide to our students all over the university. We have two major galleries in the department, which are the Ilges Gallery and the Schley Gallery. And we have this amazing outreach programs called the Passaquan and Bartlett Center. So in the department, we offer several degrees. We have the Bachelor of Arts, which is a general a focus-based program that is supported by the curriculum in the department. And we have the Bachelor of Fine Arts, which is a very focused, broad program on different disciplines of art. And I'll go over with that. The other two programs that we offer are the Masters of Art Education and the Masters of Arts in Teaching in Art Education. For the BFA students, if you want to come here for a semester or a year or maybe 4 years, you are able to study painting, printmaking, animation, graphic design, sculpture, ceramics, narrative illustration, which is a comic book and graphic novel focus, and drawing and photography. This image here is a sculpture by one of our former students. His name is Perry Valentine, and he is a practicing artist now. We also, Dr. Spears mentioned that we offer, within the department, we have focus on 3 programs that provides our students to study abroad. One is art in Japan and Korea, which is, there's a group this semester that's going, that's run by 2 of our amazing professors. And we have the art in Italy, and hopefully we're gonna be offering that in next year again. And that's, we are excited, hopefully, to take students to Naples and to Florence and end up at the Venice Biennale in Venice. And subsequently, this summer, we have another group of faculty that are providing study abroad in Ireland, so which is another amazing thing. And of course, through the Center for Global Engagement, they do such a great job to offer different ways, our visual arts students can study abroad. We've had students study for a semester in Florence and that was quite an amazing experience. So within that, also the Department of Art offers exclusive scholarships that is through our foundations and also through a group called Friends of Art. We offer incoming and transfer scholarship students. And the amount varies from $500 to $3,000. And early and incoming transfer scholarship students that also offers that much money. We have a special funding future artist scholarship that we offer to students that are studying within the United States and abroad that gives you about $10,000 to attend Columbus State University. But what we do best here, we love having our students be completely immersed and have a really amazing experience within our curriculum. We have such an amazing supportive faculty and staff between labs. We love collaborating with students. We love also having students go out in the community and learn from the community while they're here and also integrate that in their practice. So while you're here, you can also develop your artistic talent within just your visual literacy through technical and communication skills. And also you'll be provided by a studio space as you're developing your portfolio. We engage our students through exhibition. And as Dr. Spears said, curation is one of the projects that we create to connect people in real world problems, presentations, activities, community outreach, and field trips. This is one of the biggest field trips that we had to the High Museum in Atlanta, taking students to see and meet artists outside of, outside Columbus is one of the things that we love doing, introducing them to professional artists within the region. So for us, art is the language of humanity. So across time and culture, it helps us reflect to share new ideas and inspire change in the world. So as an art student at CSU, you'll learn how to turn your creative vision into a powerful artistic voice. Some of the things that we lead to student success can lead to, if you're a BFA major, you can become a fine art consultant, art gallery, art instructor, appraiser, illustrator, graphic designer, a studio artist, and a photographer. And these are just like, just the some examples. For our MED students, you center on the idea of becoming an education administrator, coordinator, school counselor, curriculum developer. And then our masters in art teaching students eventually lands jobs that are post-secondary instructor, arts administrators, or artists in residence. So this is Sierra Fountain actually participated in a study abroad before, and she's she keeps on coming back and also encouraging our students to explore the possibilities. And I love what she said, that my experience with the Department of Art at CSU has been no less than amazing. While studying here, I've gained more knowledge, encouragement, and opportunities than imaginable, and I've grown closer to my peers, my professors, and my love of art since being part of this department. I'm going to share this PowerPoint with Christine and Julia. So to share with you guys, because there's a lot of links in it in case that you guys have any questions. And it also has the contact of the Department of Art chair and the Erin, who's the executive admin. And our social media, visit it at Columbus State_art. We have a lot of information about the program there. This image is one of our, besides making art, we also love dancing. So we have disco dancing during this year, and it's always very popular with the students. And of course, we're going to have a Q&A later, but my contact is in this slide. So thank you for for inviting me to do this.
Thank you, Dr. Israel. Thank you.
Of course.
All right. I'm going to now introduce Professor Adam Bova, who is in the
Sure.
Department of Communications, to talk a little more about what he does academically with our students. Professor Bova.
Hello, thank you, Dr. Spears. I appreciate the opportunity to come and talk with you guys and to meet you. I apologize if I sound a little funny. I am recovering from a cold and have already taught 2 hours this morning, so my voice is starting to give way. Over here in the Department of Communication, which is actually a part of the College of the Arts, we have 4 different tracks. We have a traditional communication studies track. We have a public relations track, an integrated media, and a film production track, which is where I teach. And what we are interested in helping you guys develop is your voice, your creative voice through the medium of film. And, film nowadays, it covers a wide variety of things. We do traditional narrative films. We do documentaries. We also do internet films. One of our classes will teach you guys how to set up and manage a YouTube channel and how to grow an audience on YouTube, which is, an emerging market within the film industry. We are nestled here right next to the river. My office is just if I walk to the end of the hallway, I get to look over the river and everything. So we are nestled right here in downtown, and there are some amazing filming locations all around. Students here also have an opportunity. We have a very special partnership here at Columbus State University with the Georgia Film Academy. The Georgia Film Academy is a statewide initiative to help students at our universities to actually become connected to the film industry that is here in Georgia. Some of you guys have probably seen American films, where if you look through the credits, you will see Made in Georgia with a little peach logo on it. Those are all films that are made within our state. And we have quite a few films that are usually made here year to year. The Georgia Film Academy actually allows you to learn the skills necessary to start working on these professional projects. In the past, we have had students work on productions from Marvel Studios. We have had students work on The Walking Dead, which was a television show here in the States, and I think it got pretty wide international distribution as well. So our students have had the opportunity that are here at CSU, they've had the opportunity to work on these productions. And that's all through the Georgia Film Academy, which if you attend CSU, you have the opportunity to take classes through the GFA as well. Those classes are offered here on campus. Late breaking new development there is that the GFA classes are actually now on our campus. So our shuttle service that services the university, you can actually ride the shuttle straight to your class and everything. So you don't have to rely on a car, which I think is a great opportunity for you guys coming in internationally. I have seen how people drive in other countries, and I would myself not like to drive in a foreign country, and I am sure you guys feel the same way. We Americans probably look really crazy when we are driving as well. So it's an opportunity for you guys. Um, so in addition, I also take students overseas to Oxford, hoping to do that again this next year in the summer, where we look at British television and British cinema and discuss its impact and get to tour some of the places where these things are filmed, such as Harry Potter. And I'm totally blanking right now on some of the other stuff. We do a lot of the stuff from Jane Austen and Pride and Prejudice, some of those films. Inspector Morse is another one that we will go. That's all filmed right there in Oxford. And so we will tour those locations. And really here in our department, we are about giving you guys the skills and the tools to not only work within the traditional film industry here in the United States, which is Hollywood, but also to be able to have the skills to work in film outside of that industry, whether that be back in your own countries or working for international organizations, working for online content creators. There really is a lot of skills that we teach that are transferable to a lot of different degrees. So we have actually had students of ours who a couple of years ago, they took that YouTube class I was telling you guys about, and they now have their own successful channels, and that is their full-time job. And they do their YouTube channels, and they learned those skills here at CSU and at this department. When we get around to it, I'm happy to answer any questions that you guys have in film production or just in video production in general, and would be happy to answer those for you guys. Sorry, my presentation is very short.
That's okay. It was very informative. Thank you, Professor Boa. Just also, if all of you are fans of Stranger Things, that's filmed in Georgia, about 20 minutes from where I live in the state. And our students who were in Oxford in December of 2021 were able to see Timothée Chalamet film Willy Wonka at the library, at the Bodleian Library in Oxford. So even just walking the streets of Oxford, you might actually just find that interesting. All right, I'm going to go back to sharing the screen, and we're going to meet the person who is going to work with you throughout all of the different kinds of procedures, from admissions to immigration documents and so forth. And that is Miss Christine Shaw. Slide there, and there we go. And if you're not familiar with the F1 visa, that's the paperwork that you'll be working with her on. But I can tell you from direct experience, Christine makes it as painless as possible. So I'm going to stop sharing so you can share your screen, Christine.
Okay, well, thank you, Dr. Spears and Professors Israel and Bova for that interesting information. I'm going to be speaking about maybe more boring, less interesting things, but they are still very important, which is the admissions process and how to get your I-20 and your visa and all of that important information so that you can even actually get here to study either art or communication or film production, any of that. So welcome again. Thank you for joining our webinar. And to go over some basic information regarding the application process, you would first submit your online application. And that is fully online. Again, you would submit all of that electronically, and it will be processed by us. It will actually come to me. So I will be with you from the very beginning of the admissions process when you complete your application and start submitting your documents until later on when your documents are issued, like your I-20 and all of that. So we will be in contact from the very beginning. So the first requirement for admission is your application. We will then need proof of English proficiency. So this is required for all students who are coming on an F1 student visa. You have to show that you do have English proficiency, so you can study, take part in your academic classes, and make sure that you're able to get full knowledge about your classes, everything that you're studying. There are several options for English proficiency. Either you can indicate that your native language is English. If not, you would submit English exams such as TOEFL or IELTS. You may be familiar with that. Basically, those are just exams and proof of English proficiency that you would submit. There are minimum scores that you have to have, and those will be on our website that you could take a look at that. You would take the TOEFL or the IELTS from your home country. Those are online. You can take practice tests if you haven't taken those before you take the actual exam. And then once you have the test results, you will share those with us so that we can confirm your proficiency of English. The next item that you would need for admission is what's called a professional transcript evaluation of your foreign transcript. So that is because you would have to show, let's say if you're entering a bachelor's or undergraduate program, the requirement to enter is proof of high school diploma or the equivalency, foreign equivalency of that. And then also a GPA, a grade point average. For bachelor's degrees, it's usually a 2.5. And for graduate degree programs, you would have to submit an evaluation of your bachelor's degree and GPA, depending on the program, 2.75 or higher. For that purpose, there are various ways to submit your evaluation, various approved companies that we accept, and those are listed on our website, and I can send you more information about that once we are in touch. And then you would submit your transcripts through one of those evaluation companies to be translated and evaluated and converted to the U.S. educational system so that we can confirm that you do have the transcripts academic requirements to meet the admission. Official transcripts we don't need. That's only there if you did attend a U.S. university or school previously, then we would need this. Official transcripts. Most of you probably won't need that. If you do fall into that category, let me know. But these are the basic requirements: application, the English proficiency, and the transcript evaluation of your home foreign transcript that you need to submit for admission. Deadlines for that for this coming fall semester or any fall semester, that's the semester that starts in August. The 1st of May is the application deadline, with the 1st of June being when all of your documents are due. Now, we do have that June deadline. However, the sooner you submit your documents, the sooner I can issue you an I-20, or you can be accepted for admission, and I can issue you the I-20, which you use to get your visa. So even though that 1 June deadline is listed here, we want to have you submit all documents as soon as possible to give you enough time to apply for a visa appointment and get your visa. For spring semester, that's a January start date. The deadline is 1 October for the application, 1 November for all documents. And again, the same thing applies. The sooner you submit your documents, the sooner you can be accepted for admission and have enough time to submit, to apply for a visa. So once you're accepted for admission, you've submitted all these above documents here. We've accepted you for admission. The next step is to receive your I-20, and I issue that document, and you take that to your visa appointment to apply and hopefully obtain your visa. So again, to get an I-20, you have to be accepted to the university, which you have hopefully submitted all your documents and been accepted at that point. You submit what's called a financial guarantee, and that is a document you complete that lists all the individuals or sponsors who will be providing funding, so money for you to attend here. That's a requirement by the U.S. government for me to issue the I-20 document. And that is because as an F1 international student, you are not allowed to be employed full-time while you are here studying. And so you can't support yourself and your studies through any employment. You can work part-time, and if you have any questions about that, let me know. Part-time and on campus while you are here. And also the scholarship that Dr. Spears mentioned earlier, the ISSS, you can apply for that. If you are awarded that, that can be included on your financial guarantee. So you submit that information to me as well. And then for each person that you list on that financial guarantee providing funding, so let's say you list yourself, maybe your parents, maybe an aunt or an uncle, maybe some sponsors like a local business owner that may be supporting you. For all of those people and for the amounts that you list that they are providing, you must submit a bank statement or a letter from their bank stating that they have the money that you say they have. That then will be confirmation that you have the funding to be able to study with us. And then finally, you'll need to submit a copy of your passport. That will just show that it's valid for at least 6 months after the date you arrive, so that we can use that to issue the I-20 document as well. So you probably have a lot of questions about that. Again, feel free to put those in the chat, and then Carolina can send those to me. We can discuss that shortly. And if you have any other additional questions, my contact information will be given to you as well, and feel free to email me at any point. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Christine. All right, and the last part of the presentation is one that's fairly quick. It's just to show you some images of what life is like here at Columbus State University. We have 2 campuses separated by a distance of about 3 kilometers, and they're connected through buses or shuttle systems, so students go back and forth quite a bit. Let me go here to the screen, and here's an aerial view of the main campus, which is a more suburban campus. It's really pretty, lots of trees and green spaces. And this is where we have the College of Letters and Sciences and the College of Business and Technology, as well as the Honors College. And University Administration is based here. This is an example of one of the residence halls, student hangout spots that you can hang out in. Another view of main campus. We have loads of study rooms around the university where students can congregate and work together in small teams for project-based learning and things like that. Main campus, again, this is the business school here. Here's one of the art galleries that Professor Israel mentioned. This is the Bo Bartlett Center. He is a local artist who is internationally known. We have a conservatory quality music program with facilities on our River Park campus, which is downtown by the river. And a typical example of what a classroom experience might be like in general, just showing you a typical classroom size for classes. This is down by the College of the Arts, one of the entrances to the building. And this is also one of our downtown education buildings. And as well as campus recreation. We have a huge recreation center on the main campus that has everything that you want to do for working out, from swimming to even rock climbing. And we're also quite active in university sports. Our women's soccer team, as we say in the States, or football team for the rest of you out there, makes it to nationals, meaning they often go to national championships, or they're really, really competitive, as well as our tennis team and golf teams. There are just other fun things that happen on campus, like Color Fest, and we have a lot of student organizations. This right here is a set of members from our International Student Club. And here is CHISPA, which is our Hispanic Student Association. And yeah, that's the end of our presentation. So I think we can turn it back over to you, Carolina, for questions.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the really interesting presentation, and also for all the information you gave us. I think they are all really interesting, and also I would say, encouraging. Also because we have heard something about TV series, theater, and everything that is really interesting to see and to hear. I see so many questions actually, so if you want, we can proceed with the first one. We received a very first one in the chat from the student from Brazil. She told us that right now she lives, of course, in Brazil, and she is finishing her graduation process, and she would like to study at Columbus State. Her level of English is not really good, but she's trying to improve it. So I don't know if
Mhm.
Eric, would you like to add something more since you have read the message?
Yeah, I'm happy to help with that. Julia, if you're not comfortable asking the question, like in English, I'm also happy to read it or hear it in Portuguese. But we have a lot of postgraduate opportunities, and I think maybe it's better for Professor Israel to talk about what can postgraduate students do in the College of the Arts with art. But it would be good to know what kind of art you're talking about as well when you talk about projects.
Yeah, and I can give an input too. Somehow my camera is not again working, but I'm here and I'm listening.
Uh-huh.
I mean, maybe I can also jump into this. It's we've had we have actually a program called artists in residence, and which is where artists who are further along in their practice comes to the States and develop their ideas further and also integrate their practice with our student. So that's one, and you can look that up in our website. It's a part of our visiting artists in residency program. In the past, we've had actually our artists come here and develop their work on sustainability, environmental studies, and art, and kind of fusing those two together. Currently, we have an
And
exhibition in the gallery where artists are working with the environment, and in terms of using nature as a pivot point of how they address the climate change and environmental issues. So, the other thing that you might want to do is also, and Eric and Christine, correct me if I'm wrong, you could also come in as a postback into our program and study with the professors in developing your work, concentrating in art and sustainability. So, and that we can arrange through the Center for Global Engagement. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, I think so. I also saw that Eric just gave an answer to Julia. If you want, you can email Dr. Spears and have more information, even in Portuguese, if you want, since he can speak
Claro.
to you in Portuguese. So if you want, you can email him and ask whatever you want. So thank you so much for your answer.
Pode ser, Júlia. É fácil para a gente responder para as suas perguntas aqui em português também, tá?
Hmm. And I don't know, Eric, if you remember, we had a Amos scholar come from Brazil, and Hugo Fortes, and so he would be also a person if we can connect you with that artist to talk about our program.
Absolutely, yeah. That was several years ago, but he's still quite active in Brazil, and we've actually been having conversations with Mike McFalls about trying to bring him back.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. So, the next question is, what kinds of artistic techniques and media are taught in the art department? Is it more focused on traditional or contemporary styles?
Yeah, I think it's both. We have a great balance between techniques and skills. If you are coming in as a freshman or sophomore early into your development, we focus a lot on skills and traditional practices to build up the quality of work that you can build upon. And then we also integrate conceptual art within that. While you're in the program, you'll be also taking theory classes as well as art history, so that you have a pretty good ground on, on becoming an artist. And you could see some example of student work in our website, and also student work in our Instagram. So you can kind of see where the technique and conceptualness comes into the outcome of the student work. I hope that answers the question.
Yes, thank you so much. The next one is from Emily, another student that asks, do students have access to personal studio space or exhibition opportunities during their studies?
Absolutely. We actually are one of the few universities in this region that offers studio spaces for our students, that are, you have your own space where you can develop your work. At the same time, we also provide, facilities for you to develop bigger projects, such as if you're a metal fabricator, we have a large space where you can create those sculptures. And what we really kind of embrace here is flexibility, where we just don't provide a certain space. We provide a lot of space for students to grow into their ideas.
Perfect, thank you. Another question is, can international students showcase their work in campus galleries or community events?
Yes. We have many opportunities for exhibitions. We have a Schley Gallery that provides spaces for students to exhibit their work. We also have opportunities for competition, within, not just within the university, actually also outside the university. Not just in terms of as an art practice, we also provide opportunities for students who are interested in curatorial studies. And also, one of the things that we embrace is internship, is connecting students with other institutions so that they can get experience outside of the classroom. And that's part of our mission for student success in the university, is to be able to connect them, so that they can create networking relationship within, outside of the university, so that within the field that they want to be part of. That's also connect. We have an amazing visiting artist and residency program, and where we invite 15 to 30 different artists and curators and directors to come into the program to be able to talk to you about your work. We have juried exhibitions within the university that provides that kind of relationship, and also visibility of a student work, that's important to develop so that we can develop their practice.
Great, perfect. Thank you so much. So I see another question here about theater or dance. That is, how often do students perform in theater or dance productions throughout the year?
Generally speaking, there are quite a few productions every single year. So this last year, there were 9 different productions for students. So there's lots of opportunities throughout the year. And then also, speaking about film and everything as well, pretty much every semester, there is a film production class, which would also provide opportunities for students who want to work on narrative projects to be able to act in those as well. I can go ahead and try to answer the next question too about auditions. I believe auditions are open for all students at CSU. However, you may need to at least have the minor. But if I'm sure we can get that answer to you guys. But I'm pretty sure auditions are open for anyone across the university.
Great, thank you so much. And I think that the next question could be for you too, Adam, is do students get involved in all aspects of production, from acting and directing to costume or stage design?
Yes. So students are doing all of that work in class. So we will teach you skills in lighting and in cinematography. I will teach you skills in producing and directing. And through all of that, we will have discussions about color theory, production design, costuming. Wardrobe, hair, and makeup, all of that. We don't have standalone classes in any of those subjects, but it is integrated into all of our other courses. So you will get that multiple times throughout our curriculum and everything. And you will have multiple opportunities to be able to showcase those skills in productions done through those classes.
2 minutes of your time when you're done.
Perfect, thank you so much. So another question is it necessary to submit a portfolio to get into the arts department?
Wait, oh yeah. Yes. Well, if you are studying for coming as incoming freshman, you do. I guess it would depend on the type of participation you would want to be part of. Like, so for our incoming freshmen into the program or a transfer student, in you're studying a BFA, you do have to send in a portfolio. It's a competitive process, but if you are studying to be in a BA program, you do not have to do that.
Thank you. I also saw a question about the process of admission. It asked if is it long or if they need to submit a cover letter or something important to present themselves.
Yeah, I can answer that. So the process is not very long. It just depends on how quickly you submit your documents and all of that so that we can review it for admission. So it could take anywhere from, I don't know, a month after you apply to be accepted for admission, or it could take longer. It just depends on various factors. You don't need a cover letter. Your application is basically your cover letter. Most programs don't require that. Some master's or graduate programs may require a resume and possibly a cover letter or a letter of recommendation. But for regular undergraduate, bachelor, freshman, coming in as a freshman for those programs, that's not required.
Thank you. I saw that Eric already answered to some of the questions, but I don't know if we want to go deeper, maybe live. I saw a question about the scholarships. Are there any scholarships available for international students that can cover some of the costs?
Yep, and I think Dr. Spears went over that a little bit earlier, but we have the International Student Service Scholarship. It's actually a waiver of tuition, so it reduces your tuition from what you would pay, which is the higher international student rate. It would bring it down to the in-state rate. So anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000 reduction per semester. Of that, you have to apply for that, and you do submit a cover letter and a recommendation, and we review that for admission or for acceptance. But you can apply for that. You can also apply for any scholarships that are awarded across CSU, any other regular scholarships as well for your area of study.
And the foreign students have to take any kind of test to evaluate the English level, or they just need to submit the certificate?
So all students whose native language is not English need to submit proof of English proficiency. So, and we have many options for that. Again, the TOEFL, the IELTS, there's the Pearson, Cambridge. There are all many options listed on our website and with the minimum requirements. So if you want to take a look at that, you can contact me once I can send you those links. I'll be glad to share that with you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I think that we have answered to many of the questions that we have received. I would like to remind you that in the next few days, we will receive an email with the recording of this webinar. So in case you have missed something, you can watch it and see it again and take all the information that you need. You will also receive the contacts, of course, of Columbus State University. So in case any other questions pop up in your mind later, you can ask, you can write to Christine. It is always really available and really kind. You can ask to Dr. Spears. I've just shared his email. And you can also see the presentation of Hannah to take all the information that you need from the College of Arts. So, of course, feel free to ask if you have any other questions. They are all available. And I can also see here the email contact of Professor Israel that I'm sharing in the chat right now, so just so that you can see it and note it down. Also, if you want to receive the certificate of attendance for today's webinar, you can click in the link that I'm sending in the chat right now and request it. Before we say goodbye, I don't know if Eric, Christine, Adam, or Hannah would like to leave our students with a message, maybe.
My message is simply this: you're welcome here. We would love to have you at the university, not only to just sort of make improvements on your educational journey and get new credentials, but to be part of a really active and creative community that both the university and the town support. We have enormous support from people who live in Columbus for the arts. So you're not just going to be at a university with an artistic community, you're going to be in a city that is an artistic community, comprehensively with music, with film production, and with all the different fine arts that we've covered today. So we would love to see you be a part of this community. So you're welcome to apply and to come here.
If I can say, yeah,
sorry,
Eric, I agree with Dr. Spears. Thank you so much. You're welcome. You are very welcome at Columbus State, and we look forward to working with you again from the very beginning until you get here and beyond. And that's an enjoyable part of my job that I like to do, from meeting you virtually and just by email to finally seeing you here at CSU. So I look forward to meeting you.
And I echo my colleagues. You are so welcome to come join us here to share your ideas, and also, just to experience the southern region of these states is just the most rich culture. It's so different, and as we enjoy going out there into the world, taking our students, when they come back, it is like the most amazing, life-changing moment. So I think that's part of our one of the things that we embrace here, that we are part of that process, that we being part of Columbus State is also a life-changing process for everybody. So I hope that to see you all here, and please reach out if you have any questions.
And Carolina, could you also, Hannah had posted the web link for the Instagram account if students want to follow it and see the art that's being done. Could you post that to the students? It's in the panelists.
Yeah, I actually shared it to all
Oh,
the
you did?
students in
Thank
the
you.
chat.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Thanks.
thank you.
Perfect.
Thank you, Carolina.
Thank you so much for participating with us in this really beautiful webinar. Thanks to the panelists, of course, for being with us today and for all the really useful information and for the overview of Columbus State. Of course, I hope to see you again in the next webinar organized by Weuni. So thank you so much and have a really nice rest of the day.
Thank you, Carolina, for everything.
Thanks.
Grazie. Thank you.
Yep.
Bye.